Step 1. Wedge clay 15 times. Step 2. Roll the slab lengthwise with at least 6 inches of width. For number 3, no compressing is needed. You need the following. You need a brush, you need a clay knife, a scoring tool, slip, and a template. The template, I think, is 4x4. You are going to trace. You're going to trace and cut 5 squares. You're gonna need 4, but the 5th one is just in case you mess up, and you will. Okay, for this part, I'm going to cut this newspaper in half. This is not one of the steps I placed in, but we're going to store the slabs properly so they don't stick to each other. So place it on top of the newspaper. You can fold the newspaper over it. Carefully pick up the other slabs and start putting them on top of each other. That's 2, 3, 4. Oh, perfect, look at that. Almost perfect, good enough. 5. For step 5, we are going to score and slip the sides in alternation, and then we join them. So take your slabs very carefully, and we're gonna do a mock cube. We're not going to actually do it yet. We're just going to prop them together. So this slab is on the side of that one. So this slab is going to be on the side of this one. Now this one fits perfectly. Alternate. If it doesn't work, it's because you have a slab that is not cut right. You may have to cut another one. That's why I made you cut 5. I'm going to trace the sides with a needle tool, so I know where the scoring is going to happen. Now, there are lines there. If you can take a close look, you can see the lines. And now I'm going to score those spots. And I'm also going to score the spot where it gets, just the other side. Remember, slip goes only on one side. It's okay if it squeezes out the sides. Don't press until you got it flush. Take a close look at the flush part. You can see there on the outside, and you can see on the inside. Take an inside shot. Well, I got all my sides except this one done. We're still on step 5, but I just wanted to show you that when that one goes on, I'm gonna open this one just a tad, very carefully. I haven't pressed on each joint yet. I just kind of placed it together and let my bat and gravity do the work. So now that I have everything aligned and I can see everything's flush, this one's not flush. Push a little bit there. Now I'm gonna press. So I'm gonna press here, and you can see the slip squishing out the sides. I'm gonna do that to every single side. Okay, so for step 6, we are going to roll the second slab, which I already did. And we're going to create the top and the bottom of the cube. You gotta be real careful with this. It's still very moist and it bends a lot, but I'm going to place it over my slab and trace. And before I trace, I want to make sure that I have a nice form of a cube inside. Look inside and you can tell that it is a good square form or cube form. So now I'm going to take my needle tool and I'm going to go along the edge, just tracing right now. I'm not going to cut it yet. And I've used the side here, so I don't need to do that again. And carefully remove that, and I will cut it. Remember, cut straight down, no angles. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to cut a little extra, and you can trim it later. And that way you give yourself a little extra space if you mess up. So I am gonna cut this one a little bigger. Okay, I'm gonna score it now. So for number 7, I kind of messed up number 6 and 7, but I have gone on to number 7, and I traced the cube over the slab, and that's the bottom right now, and I cut it, I scored, and I slipped. So now I'm about to put newspaper inside to give the cube some structure. I don't want it to collapse, and this just kind of helps it a little bit when I close it. Okay, so now I'm ready to close the cube, and the newspaper is inside, and I got it wrong. I'm gonna flip it. There we go. I've cut a little extra so that it's gonna hang off over the edge, and so I can clean it up later. That'll be another video, but right now I'm gonna press lightly so the seal happens, the joint happens, and then I'm gonna let it rest for a few minutes so it sticks. Alright, so I'm gonna demonstrate steps 11 and 12, and it's 11 is to clean the joints and the edges. So those are joints and the edges, and then later we'll smooth out the walls, and we don't want that texture it has. We're gonna smooth it out with a rib. So we're gonna use the loop tool to clean the edges, and I wanna make sure the edge of the loop tool extends out. And as I clean it, I want just enough. I don't wanna push too hard. And you wanna go slow and out, completely off the edge, like that. If you got a stubborn spot and it's really sticking out, sometimes it's best to just use the knife and cut that out with a knife. So I will stop there, but now I'm going to show you the smoothing part using the rib. So there's a lot of texture here caused by the canvas. I want to get rid of that. And you simply use the rib. If it gets a little dry, you can put a little water, not too much, and eliminate all that texture that was unintentional. You didn't mean to do that. That was just part of the canvas.